The Flex Seating Scheduler, or the Flex Scheduling Assistant, is entirely new with this Flex 2.0 update release. The Scheduling Assistant allows our users to create schedules and shifts within those schedules. Using schedules and shifts gives the users the ability to plan for office reopenings by limiting that office occupancy. They can take what was a 100-person office coming in every day at every hour of the day to 50% of the office coming in one given time, and then 50% at another given time, or even further splitting that to 25% coming in at 4 different shifts. They also allow seats to be split for use by more than one occupant. So for example, if there are 3 shifts available, those 3 shifts will be available to 1 seat, allowing 3 individuals to take advantage of using 1 seat at different points in time. So there's 2 different ways that you can go about using the Flex Scheduler. This is the general view of where you would create the schedules themselves. I've gone ahead and created a green team here. Creating a schedule is as easy as hitting create, giving it whatever descriptive name that you want. I went with colors. We can also do an alternating day schedule, making it maybe go on a 2-week rotation and allowing it to be applied to all of your locations. You can also limit a schedule to a specific office. So for our demo environment here, we can make the schedule only applicable to the Alpharetta location or only applicable to Anaheim. But for our purposes, we can actually just apply it across the board. Once you click that schedule, you can go ahead and select it, and you'll see a blank calendar here. Within a schedule, you can add shifts to it by creating a new shift, clicking that Add Shift button. Go ahead and name the shift. Let's say we're going to do alternating day schedule, but within those alternating days, we will have partial day shifts. So the first one will be shift 1 morning. We'll create that shift. Shift 1 morning. Let's go ahead and create 2 more shifts. Let's do shift 2 afternoon, create shift, and 1 more, shift 3 evening. So we can cover our basis for what a general workday would look like. To edit an actual shift and apply it to this calendar, we will select the shift and now select the times that you want it to be applied to. So we are on an alternating day schedule. Let's go ahead and apply it to a partial day on Monday. This is shift 1 morning. So mornings for us in this company would be 7 a.m. to let's say 11 a.m., an easy 4-hour division. We'll save that there. And because we're doing alternating days, hypothetically this company may want to take every other day to deeply sanitize their space. We will leave Tuesday off, go to Wednesday, create that partial shift again, select that there, and we will do that for the following days. Partial shift. And then for the next week, just to keep it fair, let's alternate starting on Tuesday, partial day, and Thursday, partial day. So now we have our shift 1 mornings for the alternating day schedule. We can do the same thing for shift 2, actually going and following in. Because we did take part of that partial day on the Monday, you are only limited to partial day for the second shift of that day. We want to give about an hour break in between the shifts so that they can easily transition without coming in contact with each other. So let's start from noon and go to 4 p.m. So that is another easy 4-hour clear divide. So we'll do that for every day as well. Here to 4, partial day, here to 4. We'll do it for Tuesday of next week. Keep everything exactly the same. So everybody's coming in on Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 1 week. The next week only Tuesday, Thursday, and rotating on that schedule. And let's say this company actually has an evening shift. Maybe they're a 24-hour phone servicing line or something. We can add another partial day and then create another 4-hour shift block. And now we have this one here. And then a couple of quick things to note. you see that when I have this view open here, there are some solid lines denoting every 4 hours. There are some partial lines denoting every hour. When we close out of that, you have this calendar view only showing 2 lines. These 2 lines are going to represent the standard workday, which is 8 to 5, according to us. The red line that you see here is the current time, wherever my time zone is. So right now it is Friday at around 10 p.m. So you have the red line denoting that, and that will always be there regardless of whether you open it. It will show the current time of when you're using the viewer. Let's finish scheduling this out here and here. Great. Now we have a schedule with designated shifts. Now these shifts will be available to use with any seats that are designated as flex. We are going to save these changes. Now this shift is successfully saved. And we can go ahead and hop over to the assignments manager to showcase how to use this on a floor plan. So I'm going to go and open a floor plan. Let me close it. I'm going to open a floor plan that already has flex seats available for our use. And to make a seat a flex seat, you would just go into the map editor, and let's go ahead and cover that. So let's use this Charlotte office. We have a certain number of seats here. All of these seats are currently assignable. They are not flex seats. We would select all the seats. I clicked Shift S, and now we are going to find the Seats tab here, go into seat usage, and label them as flex. So all of the seat assignments that were currently there have now been removed because we will be using the flex schedules to make new seating assignments. So I'm going to save that floor plan, close it from the map editor, and open it in the assignments manager. So now we have a floor plan with seats without any schedules, and they say no schedule on them. If we want to apply this alternating day schedule, let's go ahead and assume that the people in these cubicles are the people that come in on those 3-day shift rotations. And we leave blank every other day so that sanitation department can come in and deeply clean these desks. So to apply a schedule, you will click Set Seats on the Schedules tab here in this tile. That is going to turn on any seat that is available to have a schedule assigned to it. So every flex seat that we have here, you will just click on every seat that you want to apply that schedule to, and we're just going to restrict it to this group of cubicles here. So now that we have these seats set, we can turn that button off. And let's zoom back in here. It's important to note that the fractions here have now replaced this empty person icon. So the fractions represent the total number of shifts available to that seat, and the top number represents the number of people assigned to those shifts. So currently all of these show 0 out of 3, which means there are 3 shifts available for the seat. Nobody's assigned to them. To make it a seat assignment, you will go ahead and load the unassigned occupants. So we have a clear list here. You will do the same thing that you've done before, which is either click, and see all of the assignments, and you will select which one of the shifts that you want them to have, or you can do the same thing as drag and drop. It actually is showing here that there is a red restriction. It probably means that the seat was restricted to a department, so I can't actually assign the person here. So I will just drop them in the next seat over and assign them to another shift that I want them to be at. And you can actually continue doing this for every seat, though doing it this way will give you the ability to select what shift you want them to be in with this menu. It may be difficult to see what assignments have been made because you only see the fractions here. In order to bypass that, we can actually go into what we call the shift view mode, which is singling out an individual shift in order to make assignments solely for that shift before moving over to the next shift. So for shift view, we're going to go to shift 1 morning. You can actually see that I've gone ahead and already made 2 of these shift 1 morning assignments. When I selected that shift view mode, all of the fractions went away, and now we go back to these people icons. This will allow me to just make office assignments to these seats for that specific shift. Oop. And now we have a little red, so we can move that to another seat. That one's also red. And it's always important to keep the green status happening. So this was shift 1 for the mornings. We can actually skip to shift 2 afternoon, and now you actually see all of their social distancing rings have been turned off, and that's because they wouldn't be in the office during this shift 2 afternoon. So that's actually one of the neat features that we have with the social distancing, is that they are able to be triggered on and off depending on what shift you're looking at, so that you can see the realistic amount of risk within the office at that given time. So now that we have shift 2 turned on, we can make the assignments for shift 2, and it's the same. Can do that click, click. Oop, my bad. You can drag and drop into these seats, and we'll just spread them out, make sure that everybody is in the green. And let's do that quickly for the evening shifts as well. We'll go and place a couple of people here. And the last person there. So to review that social distancing rings turning on and off, we can actually quickly go through each of the shifts. So shift 1 mornings, these are the people that are here 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or to noon. And then shift 2 are around noon to maybe 4 p.m. And then shift 3 comes in at around 5 or 6 and leaves at around 9. And now you see that everybody is within a safe boundary, within a safe distance of each other. I think in the schedule I went ahead and included about an hour buffer to make sure people left and returned without interacting with each other. And now we have a somewhat laid out flex schedule for this section of the floor plan. So after this, you can actually either turn off shift view mode, and we can actually do that now. So you can see some of these assignments actually took up the entirety of the 3 shifts. So we have this one seat here, which has Clayton, Gregory, and Phyllis all assigned to it, but coming in at different times. The same can be said for this shift here, with 2 people coming in out of the given shifts, or this seat here with 3 people coming in, like I mentioned earlier. Yeah, so I only covered one example of how the flex scheduler could be used. You could honestly take advantage of this to customize it to fit your needs, whether you do color-based teams or date or time-based teams. It is entirely up to you. We have the ability to do quite a variety of combinations to fit the needs of your floor plan.